Freedom anxiety. One of the quieter psychological challenges of our time doesn't scream or shout, it hums beneath the surface. It's the subtle weight of knowing that we are freer than any generation before us. We can live almost anywhere, reinvent ourselves endlessly, date across continents, pursue passions we haven't even discovered yet. We are, in theory, unshackled. And yet, this very freedom has started to unnerve us. The modern self finds itself paralyzed not by limits, but by the absence of them. With every new option comes a quiet sense of obligation. If the whole world is available, then what excuse is there to not become extraordinary? To not pick the perfect path, partner, place, or purpose? Every choice becomes haunted by its shadow, all the other lives we didn't choose. Freedom anxiety isn't loud or dramatic. It shows up in subtle moments, standing motionless in a supermarket aisle, overwhelmed by too many brands of cereal, staring at a phone, endlessly scrolling past people you'll never meet, waking up beside someone and wondering, not out of dissatisfaction, but out of curiosity, what would life look like if you hadn't stayed? We've been told that freedom would make us happy, but no one warned us what it would be like to lose the old maps. The ones that used to tell us what to believe, who to marry, where to live, what was enough. Without them, every direction feels both possible and uncertain. The past offered narrower paths, but also fewer regrets. Today, we face a new kind of sorrow, not what we've done, but what we'll never have time to do. What if the job we're in isn't the right one? What if another city holds the version of ourselves we were meant to become? What if we missed our real calling 10 years ago and it's already too late? This isn't failure. It's freedom, stretched too wide. A burden that looks like opportunity, and it's entirely human to feel unsteady beneath its weight. But meaning, perhaps, isn't hidden in the horizon of infinite options. It might lie in the act of choosing, not perfectly, not permanently, but courageously. Because no life can be all lives. No decision will be flawless. And yet, by stepping forward anyway, we begin to build a story that is ours alone. A story not made of everything, but made of something real. Existential dilemma. Waves crash. A gull cries. A figure walks slowly along a gray coastline. We grow up believing there is a path. That life will hand us a role, and we need only play it well. But then, quietly, gradually, something shifts. We recognize that what we thought was necessary was never truly required. Wind rises slightly. Music builds in low hums. No one is really watching. No one cares quite as deeply as we imagined about who we are or what we've chosen to become. That realization, at once terrifying and liberating, breaks the spell. Seagulls call again, this time more distant. We could walk away, start over, turn everything upside down. But if there's no script, then the responsibility is ours and ours alone. A woman stares into her reflection in a dark train window, and then comes another wait. We become vividly aware of time, of how little of it there is. Footsteps echo in a hallway. A ticking clock grows louder. Death is no longer abstract. It's close, constant, a reminder that whatever changes we hope to make, we better start soon. But even then, we hesitate, because the cruel twist of the human condition is this. We have choices, many of them, but never the certainty to know which is right. We steer blind, and we must act anyway. A storm cloud rolls in over a mountain road. A car stops at a fork. We will make mistakes. We will choose badly. We will regret often. But this isn't personal failure. This is the price of freedom. And from this reality blooms anxiety. Not the anxiety of exams or bills or missed calls, but the deeper kind. The kind that comes from knowing we must live while never knowing how. A man screams out into the fog, not in pain, but in raw confusion. This could feel like a trap, a cruel paradox. But the existentialists don't share this to sadden us. They offer us something else, a strange kind of dignity. Tragic grandeur. Sunlight breaks through a heavy sky. A breath. A pause. We are creatures with no map, no guarantee, and no witness, but we still choose, we still try, and in that trying, we carve meaning out of the void. Flawed living, rain falling, slow piano. A woman sits on a bench soaking. A bus passes without stopping. There are days we think we've ruined everything. A wrong decision, a missed opportunity, a word we can't unsay. We retreat in shame, as if we've fallen short of some standard that everyone else is secretly meeting. Soft whoosh. A man stares out of a cafe window, alone, lost in thought. But the truth is quieter and far more generous. What we call failure is simply a sign that we are alive, doing the impossible work of being human. Camera cuts to a cluttered kitchen table, an unpaid bill, a half-read book, a photo of someone no longer there. No one is gliding through this. Everyone is improvising. Even those who seem composed are carrying regrets they never talk about. The agony of not knowing what to do isn't proof of inadequacy. It's the default setting of consciousness. Tires screech, man crying, pulling away in a car. Silence. To be alive is to be in conflict between duty and desire, between who we are and who we wish we could be. The existentialists didn't ask us to be flawless. They asked us to see that suffering, confusion, and regret are not defects in the system. They are the system. A woman sings softly in French. A record crackles, then scratches to a halt. The regret-free life? That's marketing. That's music videos. That's fairy tales. Real life is messier. It is stitched with contradictions, and it leaves scars. Shot of someone slowly sewing a torn sleeve, then pausing, then continuing. The point isn't to be free of damage, but to carry it with grace. We are flawed. We break things. We hurt people and are hurt in return. But that doesn't mean we're broken beyond repair. Golden light through a train window. Someone breathes in deeply. A new stop approaches. We aren't here to get it perfect. We're here to try, to learn, to carry on, and in our honest, imperfect, stumbling way, to live